afternoon, everyone. I see on the YouTube site doesn't want to start here. Here it goes. I think that was too long of a delay, but I'm on here now. Well, we had Dink and Tank in here earlier. Devil Dog was here earlier. And now I think we've got Deborah here. Hello. Hello, Brett. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Bev. Hello, Joanne. Superman. Hey, Superman. Come on over, buddy. Come on. Joanne's on my live. She wants to see you. Come on, Superman. Come on, buddy. Come on, you'll make Joanne's day, okay? Let me pick you up? Or can you make it? No, come over here. Superman, over here, buddy. Yeah, Superman was on his way, but he's going to have to step over Daisy, and he didn't dare do that. She's been in a bad mood last few days. She even hissed at me the other day, and she never hisses at me. There we go. He made it. Hi, Superman. How you doing, buddy? Get that back where it belongs. There you go, buddy. Where was I here in chat? Hello, Emily. No, he actually came over when I called him, Brett. Just took him a few minutes to get here. Because I moved stuff around in here. So it's... Or what I did, I took the cot out that was sitting here next to me and put it over in the big house so Jake could use it over there. So stuff's kind of a mess here right now. I got to get it situated better. And he was just used to the old setup. Hello, Des. Yeah, it's sunny, but I don't know about the extra light, Emily. Maybe it's just as the days are getting longer, it's just more natural light in here. When for several months it was dark or close to dark outside. Not sure. Yep, Superman, you made Joanne's day. They sure can, Emily. And I'm thinking Daisy might be in heat. That may be why she's acting like that. Because she got a history of that. When she's in heat, she starts hissing at everyone. But she's never done it to me before. But she did the other night. Hello, Lady Sky. Oh, you do. Cooking lives. No drama, no stress. I like that, Lady Sky. Oh, look in your shorts here. Some of that looks good. Yeah, I have to check your channel out. Hello, Bev. Well, I'm not doing too bad. And I like to eat. Hello, Jennifer. Oh, you're welcome, Lady Sky. If normally I don't give wrenches out the first time someone comes into one of my lives, but I see you got 850 subscribers and quite a few videos out, so you're a legitimate channel. Hello, Reverend Joe. Well, for any of you that are wondering, things are progressing with the floor in the big house. My son's got the kitchen all ready to put the new flooring down. Old flooring's all up. Subfloor is packed. And that's ready for the new flooring. And I haven't been over there since late morning. So I'm not sure how far he got on the living room. But I know he was going to start working on the living room. That just needs the old flooring taken up, subfloor fixed. And then they'll be ready to put the new flooring down. I know he's planning on laying the new flooring tomorrow. So the living room must be ready or almost ready. Because he's going to get the kitchen living room done. And then he's going to start working on the other 3 rooms. Yeah, you got that right, Brett. You're an illegitimate channel. Yeah, I used to listen to a radio station out in Nashville. AM 650, WSM. When I was living in New York, I could pick that up great at night. I used to listen to that every night. Yep, sure is good news about the flooring. The bathroom's going to be a little tricky. But other than that, the rest of it should go pretty good. Because there's nothing needs to be done on the subfloor in the other rooms. But in the bathroom, the sink's going to have to be taken out because it's a pedestal sink. So the base of that sits on the floor. And the toilet has to be taken out. I think he's just going to work around the shower. So, so that'll be a little bit of a challenge, but it shouldn't be too bad. Hello, Eddie. Where have you been? I've been here all afternoon. I've been live for 6 hours. I know you're not going to believe that because you're going to look and see that I just went live like 11, 12 minutes ago. Hello, Demoose. Hello, Shawnee. I just grabbed one of my completes, the beef pot roast one, and threw it in the microwave so I get a son to eat. Well, all the animals are doing good. No one's been to the vet in the past couple weeks, nor do I think anyone's going to have to go soon. So that's a good sign. And Felix is all grown up now. He's 37 days old now. And he's not staying up on my bed anymore. He's down on the floor. And he's going all over the place. He eats canned food with the big cats. He sleeps down on the floor all by himself. Domino's still feeding him and looking after him. But he's pretty much on his own. She tends to every few hours. But he's very happy. He likes to bite my toes. Yeah, I like the completes because they taste good and it's a good quick meal. Throw them in the microwave for 60 seconds. And when my generator wasn't working while I was living in New York, so I didn't have any way to run my microwave, I eat them at room temperature. Yeah, there's some flavors I don't care for. But I like the beef pot roast, the chicken with mashed potatoes. It's pretty good. The chicken's good, but the potatoes, they just don't seem right in that. They're kind of watery. And then, I like the turkey and dressing one. What else is there? I do not like the meatloaf at all. That the meatloaf is horrible. Yeah, that's right, Reverend Joe. Because that's what I did with the meatloaf ones. I ordered a case of them on Amazon, so I had 6 of them. And unfortunately, that was when I discovered that I did not like the meatloaf one. I ate them, or most of it. Cats got some. I'd eat, well, half, 2/3 of it and get the rest of the cats. Oh, yeah, I love good mashed potatoes, Emily. It's just those in the completes, they just seem kind of watery. Hello, Annabore. Well, the dogs are all doing good. And this past week, I got up to Brett and Deborah's, and I saw Grady and Ginger. Ginger wasn't too impressed to see me at first, but then she was okay. And of course, Grady, he was happy to see me. Yeah, I think what happened with Ginger, I think when she first saw me, she had flashbacks to when I took her to the vet. Because she literally ran from me. And with Deborah's help, she got her to come back over to me. And then she was fine with me after that. She put her paw up on my leg, wanted to be petted. And hopefully, the end of next month or very first part of June, I can get the fencing up so I can get them here. Yeah, that's exactly what I think happened, Deborah. And as soon as we got her convinced she wasn't going to the vet, then she was fine. Yep. As soon as you said no more spa days, that's right. But I was glad to get her spayed, though. She's around all those male dogs, and that was one of the first things that I wanted done with these 3 dogs came to me is get the females spayed. Hello, Wanda. Yeah, Brett. Grady Wolf went with me the other day. Yeah, they're good dogs. And I'm hoping that all 5 of them get along. Initially, they'll be separated. But eventually, I want to have them all together, then have them work together to protect my chickens. Not sure if they'll be able to protect the chickens from each other, though. Because they did attack Mr. E2 yesterday. I noticed last night that he was sitting in the middle of the driveway after dark. And I could tell that he'd been beat up pretty good. But he wouldn't let me pick him up. I tried 3 times and he fought me terrible. So I couldn't pick him up. I did see him this morning, and he was staying isolated from the rest of the flock. I haven't seen him since. I'll go out this evening and see if I can find him. But apparently, they didn't want him as high in the pecking order as he was. And he wasn't top 1. So I don't know why they attacked him so bad. Unless he went after whoever is top in the pecking order. I'm not 100% sure who that is. I think it's EJ and Mr. Black. They seem to be about equal. And well, now Mr. E2 is going to be the lowest one. But he wasn't before. He was, probably halfway down. Sanford, please don't chase Teddy, okay? Wanda, I'm hoping that I get the fencing up by the very end of May or very first part of June. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. Well, I'm glad you're able to get the rabbits back inside, Anna Borden. And they didn't drown out there. Only problem, Brett, that wasn't Superman. That was Sanford. Come on, you can't tell the difference between a black and white cat and an orange and white cat? Yeah, none of them are gonna volunteer to work. Yep, sure. You've known that ever since I told you, Brett. Well, I do have to tell you, there just happened to be tools there, and that's where Sanford chose to lay. He doesn't use them. Yep, Mother's Day is the second Sunday in May, and Father's Day is the third Sunday in June. 57 degrees in the Empire State. Let's see what the weather is in the natural state. '81. And I probably should stop calling states by their nickname because I only know a few of them. Yeah, we didn't have any great amount of rain, but it did rain some. You got that right, Emily. Yeah, speaking of weather, I ended up not going to the Lake Tenkiller meetup. I was got a little late start. Stopped for breakfast on the way, and then I checked the radar. And I wasn't liking what I saw. There was some pretty nasty storms southwest of Lake Tenkiller. And I didn't want to get caught in one of those storms because I can't afford a broken windshield. And I guess that the area there didn't get hit real bad, but it would have been stormy all the way back last night. So I think I made the right choice. I'm hoping for Mid America, the weather's a little bit calmer. Hello, Pancuco. Nope, didn't make it, Wanda. Hello, Bobby. Can call up wires here. Oh, I'm sorry, Superman. When I moved, I woke up Superman. I think he's back to sleep already, though. Yeah, well, I was there. It was beautiful last year. But they did have some nasty weather. Yeah, I'm hoping it's better for Mid America. May's got a little bit better reputation for the weather than April does. Yep, it didn't take him long, Emily. No, I didn't see that, Emily. Yes, Annabore. Josh actually stayed up all night at the meetup watching the weather and warning people when there were storms approaching and stuff. And then found out that back part of his property was gone. And then almost exactly a year after, then he had another flood. That was one day last week. I'm thinking it was Wednesday. I can't remember for sure. And he says everything that was done last year, all the rebuild and everything, is all gone. Oh, Chris is crazy with watching weather and news and stuff. Yeah, when he's on a live, he he's got different tabs open on his computer, and he knows what the weather is and any major news events that's going on. He knows that. Oh yeah, Emily, I did hear you ranting about that. Yes, Bobby. I think he does need to move, definitely. Arkansas would be a good place. Yeah, apparently his property there is just too low, especially the back part of it. Because he can't keep going like that, losing everything every year like that. And unfortunately, with his health the way it is now, he can't do much of anything. Hello, Haig. I can't remember what our union dues were when I was in the union. It was bi-weekly. I think it was, I'm thinking like $3 or $4 every 2 weeks. And that was back in the 1990s. Hello, Midnight Madness. I'm hoping to go. If Mother Nature will cooperate, I'm going. Yeah, they figured it out, so it came out of every paycheck. I got paid once every 2 weeks, so that's the way they did it. Yes, taxes are terrible in New York. I know one time they tried saying I didn't file an income tax return, which I know I did, but I had moved a couple times since the year they said that I didn't file, and I couldn't find my return. That had gotten lost somewhere, so I didn't have any proof of it. So they just came up with a random figure of how much I owed. I had approximately $2,000 in taxable income that year. And by the time you figure the credits and stuff, it should have been just about even. But you know what they figured that I owed on that approximately $2,000? $1,000 in taxes. And there wasn't a darn thing I could do about it. So for that year, I paid 50% income tax to the state. Hello, Ace. Yeah, someone would like to post a link to Sherman's Family Farm. I would appreciate that. No, it wasn't YouTube income because it was before I was doing YouTube, J and B. Plus, I wasn't monetized until after I moved to Arkansas. So with YouTube, I never had to deal with New York on that. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you for posting Josh's link. Yeah, and the thing is, they waited like 3 years to try to say that I didn't file my income tax. Probably just hoping that I wouldn't have it. Because for a few years there, I made a lot of moves. Not by choice, but I made a lot of moves. I ended up losing some stuff that should not have been lost, and that was one thing. Oh, that's not a bad deal, Jennifer. Yeah, in Arkansas, property taxes are next to nothing. And then they've got exemptions on that. So a lot of people don't even pay property tax. I guess so, Brett. Yes, J&B. Jennifer Ocean Homestead is in Canada. Yeah, I'm glad that I don't have to deal with state of New York for taxes anymore. That was terrible. Yep, man, boy, that was one of my cats. Sanford. Come here, buddy. Come here, Sanford. Trying to call him over. It was Sanford. He just purposely avoided the camera. He turned and went right behind the camera. Yeah, another thing that they did to me one time in New York was I should have gotten it wasn't a lot, like a $30 refund or something like that. They tried telling me that it was wrong and I wasn't getting a refund. And then about 2 weeks later, they sent me another letter saying that they'd made a mistake and my return was correct. And I'd be getting a refund of, it was right around $30. I forgot the exact amount. And the funny thing is, that was the same thing that TurboTax had figured. Hello, Sue. I had a house in New York that was assessed at 39,000. It was about an acre and 2/3, and it wasn't good land at all. There probably was only about a half acre that was actually good land, and the house was a 24 by 32 garage that had been converted into a house, so nothing fancy. And like I said, it was only appraised at 39,000. The taxes on that were right around $1,200-$1,400 a year. It was ridiculous. Hello, Carol. Well, since Des is admitting that she dozed off, I guess I can tell her what happened to me last night. You were talking. Next thing I know, live is all over. I slept right through the ending of that. Well, that's understandable, Brett. No one understands you. Yep, that's so. Texting your townhouse will be about what it was on that shack I had in New York. Yeah, it sure is crazy, Haig. Yeah, Emily knows how to have a good time. Yeah, good thought, Carol, but I don't think that'll ever happen. Well, you should invent that, Brett. You're a computer expert. Hope someone can answer that for you, Carol, because I can't. Look at that, Reverend Joe swearing. Yeah, that P word's a nasty word with me. I do not like that at all. Yeah, that's ridiculous, Bobby. You got that about right, Reverend Joe. Nap time. Yeah, I didn't get a nap this afternoon. It was getting too close to Judy and Tony's live. I didn't want to miss that. And then by the time I was over with, it was too late to take a nap. Because that's the time frame when I've been taking a nap on Sunday afternoons. So, Wanda, I might fall asleep in your live again tonight. Wouldn't be the first time. You know, Reverend Joel, I never realized what you just posted there. That makes a lot of sense. And just like, what do you call a whole bunch of baboons? A Congress. That is so accurate. Most of the chickens are doing good, Haig. Mr. E2 got attacked. I'm not sure how he's doing. I haven't seen him since earlier this morning. But last night I tried picking him up so I could see how bad he was and get him inside somewhere, and he wasn't having anything to do with it. I tried 3 times. He fought me terrible. So hopefully he can avoid the other chickens for a day or two and then heal up and then live with them again. Hello, Mike. Well, I never got into the rough weather, Ace. I was still in Waldron. I stopped for breakfast and I was checking the radar, and I didn't like what I was seeing heading towards Lake Tenkiller. And I saw that Johnny Gillum was live, so I went on his live and was asking if anyone was checking the weather, what it looked like to them, and oh, it won't be bad. Come on. And I just didn't feel comfortable. I kept checking the radar, and it wasn't looking good out that way. So no, I'm not gonna risk it. As much as I did want to go, I just didn't want to risk it. And large hail was the main threat. And I just didn't need my car all smashed up from hail. So I came back home. Oh no, I'm not saying you're boring, Wanda. I'm saying I didn't get my nap then. Someone that was close to that, Deborah, was Sandra Madrano. Yep, I sure was, Emily. I would have loved to have gone, but I just didn't feel comfortable. Boy, Brett can be so sweet when he wants something. Can't he, Deborah? Except he spelled your name wrong, but that's besides the point. Yep, that's right, Wanda. At least when I'm home, we get hail here. I've got a carport. Yes, today's Sunday. Hello, Mark. I don't know, Deborah. I know she'd post on Facebook that it was pretty bad around where she was. You know, that's someone I'm not getting notifications from. It's Reverend Dream. Well, you probably shouldn't be using speak to text if it's spelling your name wrong, though, Deborah. We can still pick on them. Yes, that'd be a good idea, Bobby. I'm going to be getting. Well, actually, I want to get two more carports. One, I'm going to build a chicken coop in half of it, and then the other half would be so where the chickens can be when it's raining and they don't want to be in the coop. They can still get outside, but they'll be undercover. And then I want to get another carport put up over this way so Jake could have a carport to put his car under. Oh, that's good to hear, Mike. I'm glad Sandra's safe. Oh, I hope they're okay, Annabor. The weather really can get nasty in Oklahoma. I hate that, Wanda. Get all done watching a live was ended. Then all of a sudden you get a notification that so and so is live. Are they going live again? I just got through watching their live. It'll be a notification from the one that started 3 hours earlier. Yes, I've had that help me before, Deborah. Just turn off notifications and then go back to all notifications. Yeah, that's what I like about my house is it's on the side of a hill, but it's not a steep hill. It's not anything that have a mudslide on or anything. And it's not going to flood. A whiplash can be pretty bad. I have had notifications of videos before that was months later. Be so and so posted a video. It'll be a video they posted 2 months ago. Superman, why do I always have dark colored clothes on during my lives? During my lives, he always comes over and lays on me or next to me. And it seems like I'm always wearing dark colored clothes. And since he's mostly white, I get covered in white hair. But I have to use what came the other day. Oh, I can't reach it from here. I got a glove that it's supposed to help with the shedding. Just pet him with that glove on, and the hair sticks to it. And then you just rinse it off. Yeah, it sure does, Emily. Hello, Marianne. Yeah, Superman's not even long haired, but he's got very, very thick hair. In fact, I have trouble trying to use a flea comb on him. It just doesn't want to comb through his hair because his hair's so thick. Now I got Teddy that's long haired. He's probably got the longest hair of any of the cats. I got several that are medium to medium long hair. Okay, have a good night, Carol. Yeah, it's been kind of a hectic last couple weeks. Well, last few months actually. But it took me almost a week to recover from Operation Rendezvous. And then Jake came. So I've been trying to catch up on the past little over 2 years with him. It just seems like there's been so much going on. And then it just takes me so long to do everything. But hopefully, I'll get things straightened out here soon. Yep, Nikkei. Does someone want to drop Josh Sherman's link again? Sherman Family Farm. And he's an awful nice guy. And he's the first one there to help someone. So if anyone can do anything to help him out from the flooding, that would be appreciated. He's been a long-time member on my channel. Looking up now how long it's been. I wish I quit moving stuff in YouTube Studio. After they change stuff around, then it takes me until they change around again to figure out where stuff is, and then it's moved again. Okay, Josh has been my longest member. He's been a member for 20 months. So definitely good supporter of my channel. He used to be in every one of my lives. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, Arlene. They both posted the link to Sherman Family Farm. And Ace posted the link to the short that he did on the flood. Thank you, Ace. Yep, I understand that, Mike. Yeah, I'm not a member on a lot of channels. Like all the channels I'm a member on, it's about $15 a month. There's a few more I'd like to be a member on, but just don't have the money for it. Oh, I know what you mean there, Annabore. I think Facebook is worse than YouTube. I used to know where everything was on Facebook, but I really struggle with some of that stuff now. I have never been gifted a membership. Never. Yes, that's what I was saying when I heard about the flood last week, Mike. Now, happening once, okay, maybe it's a once in a lifetime event. It's never going to happen again. Then a year later, it happens again. Yep, that back part of his property is just too low. That's what I like about my property. 10 inches of rain over a few day period. Absolutely no flooding whatsoever. Few places get a little muddy here and there. But other than the creek, which is much lower than the rest of the property that runs along the side, other than that, absolutely no standing water. So I'm very happy with this property. Yeah, even the ones that I'm not a member of, just I've never been gifted a membership. And I've had some that have been gifted 3 or 4 memberships on my channel. You know, YouTube seems to pick out certain people. And I'm checking right now because talk about membership gifting. And nope, I do not have the option to give out any memberships. If I wanted to gift memberships, I would have to pay for them. So, I know we'll talk about that in your live one night, Des. Yep, it sure is, J&B. I'm not sure if it does depend on how much communication. I know you have to have had to have interaction with the channel. But I have had people gifted memberships on my channel. They have never commented, never chatted in a live or anything. And I would never have known they were even watching my channel if they weren't gifted a membership. Yep, it sure is, Deborah. Hello, Belinda. What system am I a part of, Brett? Um, I'm approximately an hour from Back to Good. I don't know exactly where they are, but I know the approximate area. And it's probably a little less than an hour, but I think it's between 45 minutes and an hour. I had an app one time. I'm not sure what app it was, but that thing was so accurate. If it told you it was going to start raining in 20 minutes, you could guarantee within 19, 20, maybe 21 minutes, it would be raining. But I can't remember what app it was. It was on a different phone, and I've never been able to find that app again. I actually tried a few different ones, and none of them was the same one. Yeah, I got go through and check, make sure I'm still sub to everyone that's coming into my live here. Oh, okay, Bobby. They're about 3 miles from you. I can pretty much figure that out then. Okay, you're 50 minutes from me, Bobby. So, yeah, just a little under an hour. Radar Omega doesn't sound familiar. It may be it. So I've had this phone. Let me see, how long have I had this? I've had this phone for almost 3 years. And it was before this. So it was a while ago. My radar? I'll have to check that out. Maybe that's it. Okay, Deborah. Yeah, I guess no, that one. That was so accurate. It would be within a minute or so every time. Well, hello, Judy on Tony's phone. Thank you, Deborah. I just got that. Two of the apps I use, the one I use most often is WeatherBug, and I use Weather Kitty too. I like Weather Kitty because it's got pictures of cats. I don't remember that, Brett. Are you making that up? Well, I'm probably not going to be on here too much longer. Been on about an hour and a half. Got a few small things I need to do tomorrow. So, want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Ace. I'll have another live Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central. And I'm just going to see what I can get done this week. So, have a good night, Ace, Mike, Annapor, Panchuco, Des, Arlene, JMB, Wanda, Jennifer, I think those are the only ones that chatted. Brett. Okay, I've heard of that channel before, Brett. Hello, Big Family Expedition. Yeah, sorry, I'm just ending it now. Well, weekend didn't go as planned. Planning on going to Lake Tennakiller meetup yesterday, but weather wasn't looking good, and I didn't want to risk it. So I came back home. Have a good night, Joanne. Big Family Expedition. Okay, and anyone else didn't chat recently, you have a good night also. Have a good night, everyone.